Motorsport TV Live, brought to you by Motorsport Tickets, the dedicated motorsport experiences provider.
Hello and welcome to Motorsport TV Live. I'm Rachel Downey, bringing you all the latest motorsport news. Red Bull says Mercedes F1 suspension will benefit them in the season's final races. FIA Presidential candidate Mohammed Sulayem sets out his plans for power. And Mackenzie talks about his World Superbike ambitions. All those stories and more coming up here on Motorsport TV Live. Red Bull say it would have been brutal for Sergio Perez to sacrifice a podium at the United States Grand Prix just to deny Lewis Hamilton a fastest lap point. One of the features of this season has been Mercedes and Red Bull trying to deny their rivals the extra fastest lap point by using their second drivers. Perez was running third in the closing stages at Austin, with second place Hamilton on course to grab the fastest lap. Perez was not in a position to have a free pit stop, with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc within range in the closing stages, so a late call for fresh tyres would have dropped him out of the top three. And on a day when Perez had battled against illness and dehydration caused by a broken drink system, Red Bull team boss Christian Horner told Motorsport.com it would have been too much to ask him to give up the podium simply to hurt Hamilton. It would have been brutal to pit Checa and take him off the podium. Leclerc was obviously too close behind. In the collective position of the team, it was better for Checa to take the points. So that's what we did. Perez's third place in Austin was his second consecutive podium finish. More from Red Bull team principal Christian Horner, who has been speaking about Mercedes' rear suspension system, which he believes could give them quite a powerful benefit for the remaining races of the season. The F1 paddock has been intrigued by the way that Mercedes has tuned its rear suspension so that the back end of the car drops down at high speed on the straights. This behaviour helps reduce drag to boost top speed, and Red Bull believes it played a key part in the advantage that Mercedes had at the recent Turkish Grand Prix. The innovation had a limited impact in Austin because there is not enough variation between the top corner speeds and the straights. But Horner has predicted that Mercedes will feel the benefit on other circuits, particularly the inaugural Saudi Arabian Grand Prix in December. Mercedes has downplayed the influence of the system, calling it a marginal gain. FIA Presidential candidate Mohammed Sulayem has said that he plans to double motorsport participation if he is elected to the role. The current president of the UAE Motorsport Federation is bidding to replace Jean Todt and would become the first non-European to lead the FIA if successful. Sulayem was interviewed as part of Motorsport.com's #Thinking Forward series and told James Allen about his ideas to grow the sport and create a new role to work alongside him.
Employ a CEO. I could see this day-to-day management. It's not for the president. I don't want to micromanage. I want to be a president, lead, but have the day-to-day to a CEO who can bring the sport and mobility together, which we need to have that. And then one of the things is also, when you say double motorsport, I mean, people say, how can you do this? But I mean, it is there. If you look at the two biggest countries in the world, 1.4 billion. We're talking about China with this credibility with the manufacturers that's going on, with the engineering that goes on. And then you have also India, 2.8 billion. How many drivers? I mean, in India, it's 4,000. In China, we don't know, maybe it's 2 or 3. And imagine it's less than one country in Europe. Finland has 5.5 million and has 11,000 driver's license, I mean, competitor license, which I believe that how to do that is, first of all, with the knowledge that is in these countries, have affordable vehicles into the introductory level machinery. I can see, I mean, in the World Council, we started with something called cross cars, and that was amazing. I mean, I believe it is the future. I still believe in it, but then the cost was supposed to be like 8,000 euros, no more, and then it jumped to 25,000. Now, if you look at India and China, they have this engine. Why do we impose on them? We take the blueprint, we make sure we supervise and implement the safety regulations in it, and let them go into the regional, their own local championship and regional championship. I think it is doable and it's achievable to reach the numbers.
FIA Presidential candidate Mohammed Ben Sulayem speaking there. Now, don't go anywhere. We've got lots more news from the world of motorsport coming up here on Motorsport TV Live. W Series driver Marta Garcia missed the season finale at Austin due to anxiety, she has confirmed. The Spanish driver had withdrawn from the event at the weekend, with the reason initially being described as an unspecified illness. But Garcia has clarified her reasoning on social media, saying she decided not to participate due to an ongoing struggle with her mental health. Sometimes we underestimate our mental health, Garcia wrote. I've suffered from anxiety for a long time and it has been following me throughout this season and yesterday. I felt I had to put my health as a priority. Garcia's comments come during a time where the issue of mental health in motorsport has gathered momentum, with Lando Norris recently speaking out about his struggles during his rookie season in F1. Former MotoGP rider and 2011 World Superbike champion Carlos Checa will make his Dakar Rally debut in January, competing in the cars category for MD Rally Sport. Checa will drive the Optimus buggy prepared by French squad MD Rally partnering veteran co-driver Ferran Marco. Checa and Marco contested the Baja Aragon together earlier this year and are currently testing in Morocco to prepare for Checa's first foray into the prestigious Saudi Arabia-based rally. The 2022 Dakar Rally will take place in January, having shifted from its previous home in South America in 2020. British Superbike champion Taron Mackenzie has been linked with a move to World Superbikes in 2022, but only if he is offered sufficiently competitive machinery. Mackenzie has said he will not step up just for the sake of it. Earlier this month, Mackenzie Yamaha rider Mackenzie won the BSB title in a tense Brands Hatch finale. The 25-year-old, who became the youngest BSB title winner since Alex Lowe's in 2013, has been linked to a move up to the world stage for the 2022 campaign. The speculation centering around a potential tie-up with the Go 11 squad. Speaking on the latest episode of This Week with Will Buxton on Motorsport TV, this is how Mackenzie responded to questions about his future plans.
The natural progression for me is to go to World Superbike, very similar to what I'm doing now, but just take it to the world stage. It's what a lot of riders have done in the past. I've made it no secret that that's what I want to do. But I feel like if I am going to go there, everything has to be right, and I'm not just going for the sake of going. I've had teams interested, but I feel like everything needs to be right. And I've got a great team in BSB with Mackenzie Yamaha, and if it doesn't happen next year, going to World Superbike, then try and come back to BSB with that #1 plate, try and retain the title, and yeah, who knows what can happen in the future. But whatever happens, it will be the right decision, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be looking forward to whatever it is. But in the meantime, just enjoy it, and I've got a few more hangovers to recover from just yet.
Nice, I like that. With that in mind, while the celebrations go on, have you given yourself a timeline to ultimately make that decision, or will it just be a very natural progression?
I think a couple of the teams have got kind of deadlines, and there's a few other things to sort out first. So I think when everything's on paper and it's in black and white, then we can make a decision. So I think in the next couple of weeks that should happen, and it would be nice to box it all off and then focus on pre-season for next year.
Taron Mackenzie there, and it'll be interesting to see how that one develops. Well, that's all for now. Head over to motorsport.com for more on all of today's top stories. I'm Rachel Downey. Join us again here on Motorsport TV Live for all of the latest news from the world of motorsport. Bye for now.